at the time of independence, our newspapers and our radio, at that time we didn't have television, were the envy of many other parts of the world, practically the whole of Asia, and even Western countries envied those. We had, something has happened, and there has been a deterioration over the years. We had really eminent, world-class journalists, but that is no longer so. We still have some good journalists, but we also have very bad journalists, and we also have very bad newspapers, and very bad radio and television stations. And it need not be so, because we have the material and our public want good media coverage, which they are not getting.
So, what do you think that how they used the media in war period?
Yeah. Naturally, any government would like to control the media, not only in this country, in every country. That was not possible for a long time, but in times of emergency, like a civil war, it is possible for the government to intervene, and that gives the entry to the government. Even before that, there was some entry because of some special events like riots or some emergency, which gave some entry, but it was really the civil war which was most destructive of the media, and the government was able to come in. Not just the present government, but the civil war has been going on for 34 years. So successive governments have made use of it, misused it. And once it is misused, it is very difficult to get back. It will be a big effort to get back, but it can be done.
Is there any positive changes you have seen that after the war scenario period?
Some changes, but I think not enough. Because most of the conditions imposed during the war are continuing, and many of the restrictions which were then imposed are still in effect. So we need to change those, and that requires the state to take a new view, and for the opposition also to focus on those changes. But above all, civil society should take the lead in asking for reform.
What do you think now after 34 years war period has finished?
Yeah.
Now which way, what are you expecting from media? Which way media wants to turn their?
Well, they should be free and fair coverage, and different views should be expressed. There is no problem with that, but people don't feel free to express their views now. Even now, journalists have been killed, journalists have disappeared, journalists have been chased overseas, and they have been silenced. So I think we need to assure journalists that these kind of restrictions will cease. We also need to make those assurances credible by inquiring into past crimes against journalists and media institutions, by investigating those and punishing the guilty.